So about a week ago I picked some wonderfully purple mushrooms and ate them. And somebody commented on that video to the effect that these mushrooms contain arsenic. Now, it was these mushrooms here. My book doesn't say anything about that at all. However, a little bit of cursory Googling does actually reveal that this genus of mushrooms is capable of concentrating arsenic if it's found in the soil. Now, arsenic is found in most soils, just in some concentration or other. It's a mineral that's everywhere. So the question is, did I eat a significant amount of arsenic? What we're going to do today is find out. So I've got an arsenic test here. It is an arsenic test for water, so we're kind of abusing it a little bit today, but I think we should hopefully be able to co-opt this kit into testing our mushrooms. I've actually got 5 tests in this kit. There are all the reagents. There's a testing bottle, and that's a special cap that you put the little test strip into. So, well, first off, I'm going to test my own tap water, and that will be my control. And then, assuming I don't find arsenic in that tap water, I'm going to use the tap water to try to dissolve out some arsenic out of the mushrooms. So anyway, let's go and get our samples. So, it's pouring with rain, but we've come out for a little bit of a walk in the woods anyway. And there is something quite calming about being out in the woods in the rain. Suitably attired, so we're not going to get soaked to the skin. Eva's got her little coat on. There's not very many people around, and yeah, there are just some interesting things to see while we're out in the rain. So down here, look at that, we've got a perfect specimen of Amanita muscaria, the fly agaric. Poisonous mushroom, but very pretty to look at. Come on, Eva. So this is our actual objective for today, to get back out here and pick a sample of the Amethyst Deceiver, Laccaria amethystina. So we're going to pick a small sample of that in a plastic bag, take it home, and we're going to test whether it does indeed contain arsenic. Okay, so we've got some mushrooms for lunch. We've also got our test sample of Amethyst Deceiver. They are growing everywhere in these woods. I'm also going to take a sample of the soil, and we will test the soil that these are growing in and see if we can gauge the arsenic level in the soil here, because that makes a difference to what these mushrooms actually do. Okay, so our little test sample of Amethyst Deceivers. Test sample of the soil in which they were growing. And we're going to test our own house water first. So let's have a look at the instructions on this kit and find out what we've got to do. Back in a moment when I've read the instructions. Okay, so in detail, here's how this test works. I'm filming this part after I've already done the 3 main tests. I'm actually going to retest. This is water from my hot tap, which I've allowed to cool down. So we're going to test whether my water heater is introducing arsenic into my washing water. There's the reaction bottle there, which has got a fill level marked as a line there. We've got reagent 1, reagent 2, which is just marked MPS, reagent 3, which is zinc powder, and then a test strip. We've got a test chart that we will use for comparing the test strip, and then we've got 2 bottle caps. One of them is just a standard bottle cap, the other one is a bottle cap with a nozzle, and I'll show you what that's for in a moment. So the test procedure goes something like this. So first we add reagent 1 into the bottle of water, and we put the standard cap on and shake for 15 seconds. Now we uncap the bottle, we add reagent 2. So again, cap it and shake for 15 seconds. Now we have to allow that to stand for 2 minutes. Right, now we uncap the bottle and add the 3rd reagent, which is zinc powder. We place the yellow cap and we shake for 5 seconds. Now We uncap and we can see hydrogen gas being produced now. So this is why we have to do this in a well ventilated area. And now we recap with the white nozzle cap, because what we'll do now is open the test strip, and now we take the test strip and we insert it with the red line facing this way into the back of the nozzle, like so, a little bit fiddly, until the red line is at the top of the nozzle, and then we close that over. And now we have to leave that for 12 minutes. Okay, so 12 minutes is up. Now it's time to have a look at that test strip. So we take it out, and then within 30 seconds we need to offer it up to this chart. And the chart has little holes in it that we can offer up the test strip. That's the active part right there. And yeah, so my hot water heater has got less than 2 parts per billion arsenic in the water that it's producing. So that's good news. Spent reagents can be washed down the sink. This bit here has to be disposed of by some other means which I haven't yet figured out. This has got a little bit of mercury bromide in the test patch here, so that needs to be, I need to find the appropriate way to get rid of that. I think I might have to take it to the chemist or something like that. Okay, so that's the results of our first test, which is my household water, and yeah, less than 2 parts per billion, which is great news. So there we go, we have negligible arsenic in our domestic tap water. Good to know. So we now have to reset. I'll have to clean this bottle out thoroughly, and then we'll next test the mushroom juice. So I've been to the kitchen already, shredded up those mushrooms in water, strained them, and we've got this lovely purple liquid here, and we'll test that next. Okay, so this is the test of the mushrooms. So let's have a look. Doesn't look like there's been any reaction there either. So let's have a look. Yeah. So no measurable amount of arsenic in the mushroom juice. Now, it's probably worth mentioning at this point, there's any number of reasons why this test might not have been very accurate for this medium. This is a test designed for testing tap water, and I've tested it with mushroom juice. Now, it might be that there is arsenic present in those mushrooms and it's bound up in organic compounds, or it might be some component of mushrooms are confounding the test itself. However, I'm a little bit more reassured than I was before. So anyway, time to clear down now, and our final test will be to test the soil. Okay, time to check out the test strip from the soil. Right, and well, there's almost something there. Ever so slightly yellowed. Well, maybe slightly darker than that, slightly lighter than that. So it's probably about 3 parts per billion in the water from the soil. So, well, what conclusion can we draw from that? There is a tiny, tiny amount of arsenic measurable in the soil sample that we took. We did not measure any arsenic from the mushroom juice. I would say probably, if I have to draw any conclusion here, it's that these mushrooms are probably unsafe to eat if you pick them from contaminated soil. If you pick them in a region that's metal rich, so in places where there's tin mining and silver mining and so on, there will tend to be more arsenic associated with those metals. I'm going to say these are probably okay. However, I will probably treat them with caution in future, and that's a shame because purple is my favourite colour. So there you go. So that's our arsenic test of the soil, of my own tap water, and of the mushrooms that we picked last week. I hope that was interesting. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.